Welcome! Today we're talking about an animal that we could stare at all day. Jellies. Hi everyone! My name is Andy and I work here at the Central Coast Aquarium in Avila Beach. I'm really excited to be sharing our amazing jellies with you today with the help of the San Luis Obispo County Public Libraries. So let's get started figuring out what makes jellies so wonderful. You might already know a thing or two about jellies, or sometimes they're called jellyfish. You might know that some of them are very dangerous. You might know that they don't even have brains. But no matter what you already know, there's always something new to learn. Jellies seem like very simple creatures, but there are some amazing things about their biology that make them fascinating animals to study. While there are about 200 species of jelly around the world, today we'll be focusing on a very common species called the moon jelly. Moon jellies are found all over the northern hemisphere and are a great jelly to have in an aquarium because they're not dangerous to humans. Let's take a look at the jelly body plan, or how a jelly is put together. It can be tricky to figure out because they look so different from humans, but let's take a closer look and see what we can find. Jellies have two main body forms called a polyp and a medusa. What we're looking at here are called medusae, but more on this later. The medusa is the more familiar form of a jellyfish. Jelly bodies are made up of 95% seawater. The rest is made up of a gelatinous matrix that you can see here. The top part of a medusa is called the bell. A jelly's bell contains simple muscles, which the jelly can pulse to help them swim upward, and then they drift back down and catch prey along the way. Jellies eat small planktonic organisms and are considered predators because they often eat other animal plankton. Here in the aquarium, we feed our jellies small brine shrimp, which are tiny forms of zooplankton that the jellies can fit into their tiny mouths. A jelly's tentacles help it to capture prey. Jellies are part of a group of organisms called cnidarians. Cnidarians are invertebrates, meaning they have no backbone or skeleton, and they are a special group because they also possess special structures that sting or stick to prey. If you've ever touched an anemone, you've actually felt these structures stick to your finger. They're called cnidocytes. In some jellies, these stinging cells are dangerous, but in moon jellies, they're perfectly harmless. The jelly's oral arms help move captured prey from the tentacles and the underside of the bell into its mouth, which opens into gastric pouches, or stomachs, where food is digested. Let's examine the life cycle, or alternation of generations, with the medusa form, or the more familiar form of jelly. When adult medusae are ready to reproduce, they release their gametes into the water. Male and female gametes match up and reproduce to form a polyp. What happens next is pretty incredible. When conditions are just right, the polyp will actually clone itself and form stacks of tiny jellies called ephyra. When these ephyra are ready, they'll be released from the polyp and grow into adult medusae. From there, the cycle starts all over again. Remember that medusae and polyps are both adults and both capable of reproducing. They just switch back and forth between the two. It's a pretty incredible thing that we don't see very much in the animal kingdom. When jellies are in the medusa phase, they can grow pretty large. In fact, the bell can get up to 12 inches across. That's a pretty big jelly. Jellies are a very important part of the food web because they're food for many other predators like turtles, seabirds, marine mammals, and fish. Now, if you're a keen observer, you might have noticed that one of my jars of jellies looks a little bit different. One of these is filled with plastic. Can you figure out which one? Now imagine you're a hungry sea turtle looking for a meal out in the open ocean. Do you still think you'd be able to tell the difference between some tasty jellies and some not so tasty plastic? Plastic and other debris is a big problem in the ocean because many predators will mistakenly eat it thinking it's their food. One of the ways that we can help keep the ocean healthy is by keeping it clean. Make sure all of your trash makes it into a trash can so that it doesn't end up looking like a jelly to a hungry sea turtle or bird. We hope you enjoyed learning about our friends, the moon jelly, and get to come see them in the aquarium soon. Check out some of our other videos to learn about other amazing invertebrates and fish that we have right here off the Central Coast of California. Until next time, have a great day.